Hello, my name is Starlight. Welcome to my YouTube channel. And if you are new, hello, I just want to welcome you. And I just want to reach out to all of you beautiful souls out there. I hope you were able to get out in nature somewhere. And not only get out in nature, I hope you're being kind to yourself and others. I hope some of you might be married, or have a boyfriend or girlfriend, so make sure you're being kind to them, be there for them when they, they need you. And also you might have beautiful kids, at different ages, so be very grateful for them and really be kind. That is the biggest thing I could say about that, is to be kind to all your kids, treat them all equally, and encourage them, So anyway, I don't want to be too long on that. And if you are new, welcome to my YouTube channel. And also, you can give my video a thumbs up, or, you could share it and subscribe and ring the notification bell. That way you don't miss a beat. That way you can get all the videos that I will be making. And I will be having different videos. I have to work on these things, so please be patient with me about cleaning. I got to see if it will work out. I would love to do some cooking videos with you. I love to cook and eat. Yummy. I do love doing that stuff. And besides that, I will be coming up with other things. And anyway, if you do want to reach out to me, you can find me on Instagram at 1995 Starlight, or on Facebook at Kathy with a K Digman Starlight. And you can also leave a message down below the video. So anyway, let's get started on this topic. Today, I just made a video about fear not, and now I'm making a video about, do you have a hard time saying no? So the reason it's kind of funny, I come up with these titles the weirdest ways, and once I come up with the title, the rest is fine. It's just coming up with a title. So anyway, I came up with a fear not, and that was during yesterday, and actually, it was actually in the middle of the night. I had a dream. That's when it was, is I had a dream in the middle of the night, and I woke up writing my dream down, and that's where I wrote down like 3 different titles. I'm like, hey, that would be a great, because of my dream, something that I saw in the middle of the night, and I wrote it down. And then today, do you have a hard time saying no, is because of what happened today. So I said, yeah, I'm going to make a video on that topic. So anyway, do you have a hard time saying no? And I definitely have had, through my whole life, I definitely have a hard time saying no. And now I've been learning a lot, for the last 3 years. I've been learning to stand up for myself, give myself a pat on the back. Really, I've come far from the last 3 years. I got a special friend out there. Besides, I do have I can't leave the universe out, and the angels, they have been helping me every step of the way. Thank you, universe. Thank you, angels. I really do. I really thank you. To helping me to stand up for myself and to say no. So I, not that I perfected that yet, so sometimes people catch me off guard, and I kind of say yes when it was a no to myself, so I did have today, when I went out to take a walk, and I really haven't seen this person in a while, well, recently I have, but before that, he's like, wow, I haven't seen you in a long time. And I'm like, yeah, it's one of those things. So yeah, and I just kind of let him know that, yeah, even though it sounded bad, I said, yeah, my whole world is upside down right now, but in a good way is what I should have said, is because everything that he knew me before is totally opposite now, I don't do a lot of things that I was doing before, so, and then, he made a joke before about, like, what are you, how are you becoming a nun or something or whatever, because, before I used to drink and smoke and do this and do that, and, like where people might have thought I was a little bit more fun before, and now it's like, you're kind of like boring now, because I'm not drinking and not smoking, not, doing this and that, I'm just standing up for myself now. So do you have a hard time saying no? Maybe it starts out a lot of times when you're younger, in life, where, my whole life I've really had a hard time telling other people, a lot of people like, hey, can you help me out? Oh yeah, okay. Like I would help people out all the time, so I really was good at really having my kids saying no, though. I have to say I really did good on that, being a single mom. I was being the mom and the dad, so I really did good on saying no, where that's where some people are, where they have a hard time telling their kids no. They say yes when it's a no to themselves, and I do have to give credit to a friend of mine where I got that from, like if you ever do need any help, Infinite Waters, Ralph Smart, taught me so many things. That is my special friend out there. He's a teacher and my mentor, so anyway, do you have a hard time saying no? Maybe a guy wants your telephone number and he's like, hey, can I have your telephone number? Do you give him the telephone number? So I recently failed at that not too long ago, where, I didn't want to give the guy, but the problem is because I gave him my number before, and it was because I was different then. Now I'm, like I am different now. Now I don't want to be handing my number out, because, like, and that's where I gotta really work on still, is like when somebody says, hey, can I lost your telephone number, can I have your number again? I gotta, like stand up for myself in that area and say no, like, so, but I did do very good today because, this man does know, again, like I told him, like he's like, hey, did you start smoking pot again? No, I didn't. I said, well, I did, but I gave it back up again because I don't have the time for it, and I couldn't get anything done. I'm too busy to smoke pot, and then he asked, hey, would you like to come, like if I invite you over to my place again, like, because I did fail at the part of giving him my number because he already had it before. So I need to spank myself for that one, where I, like I need to be stronger in that area. And no, I don't really, why would I want to, I don't plan on spending any time with you, so why would I, like, and really, I'm not a phone person, period. I don't have people, like, calling me up all the time and, like, talking about stuff, really. I'm lucky if my kids call me up on the phone, or if I, like, I might reach out to them more than they reach out to me, when it comes to phones. Really, I don't have anybody reaching out to me on my phone. And I did have, I messed up before where I gave my phone number out to a guy that didn't even know me. He was, like a taxi. I was so sick of COVID. It's like, dude, you're really trying to pick up a chick after she just got out of the hospital. He had no clue that I had COVID when I was in his vehicle. Here he is with a mask on. It's a good thing he had the mask on, but he was old enough to be my grandpa. And I flunked on that, and I gave him my number, and then later on, I mean, like, he's like, dude, I like, it's like, I just got, like, out of the hospital. I couldn't believe, like, a guy is trying to pick me up, like, for a taxi car, like, it's really ridiculous on that is, but today I did, do really good when I did let this guy know, like, he wanted to see if I wanted to hang out at his place. Like, we don't have anything in common, and, with women, more than men, really, like, not all guys are good to hang out with, and I don't have time to hang out with, so I don't really, I got other stuff better to do. I don't want to go spend some time with somebody that's not going to respect me. So there's times that you do, you feel like like with me, I feel like a bitch, but sometimes I gotta be a bitch. And say, no, I don't want to go at your house if you invite me over. Yeah, I did give you my telephone number, and but no, I don't plan on spending any time with you though. So you do have to learn, like with me also, I got to learn if a guy says, hey, can I have your telephone number, which that happens online. I easily say no on that. That's an easy, because they're not right here. I don't have to look at them. So, it is something that you really do have to stand up for yourself and say no. No, 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 no. So I have to still practice on that, with especially with my telephone number. Like I don't want somebody stalking me on my phone all the time and trying to get my attention, and I just ignore them. You could call me, send me messages, but I'm just going to ignore you anyway, so which is the best thing for me to do, is just not to give them my telephone number, and then they're going to say, why? Well, I ain't got time. Like really, I'm busy in my life right now. Like I'm working on my life. So you have to be firm. Maybe your husband and wife and or boyfriend and girlfriend, and everybody has their own beliefs, and I can't change your beliefs on what you have. Some these days though, women are running the show more than men when it comes to relationships, where maybe their moms or whatever happened, or maybe the way they were being brought up, maybe it could, because it can happen all different ways. Where I was being brought up a certain way, and I did totally the opposite of what, how I seen my parents do things. I didn't see things, like I didn't like the way I seen things when I was growing up. So, and that's the way a lot of people do. They might see things the way they were brought up, like maybe the dad was the one that was a submissive, and the mom was a dominant type, where you're like, no, when I get older, for me personally, and then I went to church, I found out it was the man who was supposed to be the head of the house. And I absolutely love that. I wouldn't want it any other way. I'm not the kind of girl that wants to run a man, and tell him what to do. So I've never been that type my whole life. So not everybody's going to agree to that. There's women that they want to be the one telling the man and bossing him around and saying how things are going to go. And some people do that because they feel like, hey, you're better at doing this than me. So I'll let you have my role, and you can boss me around and tell me what to do. But that is not for me. That's like if that works for you, that's your business. But for me, and I know what the Bible says on that, really it should be the man. He's the provider, not just a provider though. That's where like women kind of fail at that. They're not like there for a bank, a provider and a protector, but those are not the only qualities that they have. So the protector part, like you might have a loved one, like I'm not in a relationship. I have a special friend, but I am still here single in my apartment. But I'm not looking or searching for a man, because I'm working on a friendship that I have right now. That's where it starts. So I wanted to make sure I add that in on this part, is that like I am working on the relationship that I have with a friend right now, building the friendship up. I did have a guy recently on Facebook saying, like, wouldn't you like to go out and do this and that? And I'm like, like he was so sweet and kind though, and he was understanding though, and I give him credit though. He had a lot of good things to ask me, and I thought really hard before I answered him back, make sure I answer the right way, and let him. I'm not in a rush, like to hurry up and get things going. I got to work on myself, and I do know that. right now I've been working on my, like my thoughts, and they're not my thoughts. So, maybe you have a loved one, like maybe you're the guy and maybe you tell your girlfriend, hey, I don't want you wearing that outside in public. It's okay that you wear that outfit inside the house. I love you, and, that outfit is, it's too short. What if you drop something on the, and that happens, women, is that you do drop things sometimes out in public, or, you might see something on the ground. You might want to pick it up for whatever reason. I picked up a quarter today on the ground. I said, hey, I'm 25 cents richer today. Now, I don't know if it was on heads or tails, but hey, that baby was going to my pocket. And so that's where a lot of times where women and men will have issues, because the man might be saying, hey, I don't want other guys lusting at you out in public, and if you're dressed like that, I know what they think. Like, I know how they're going to look at you. I don't want, so it's because the guy cares about you, and he loves you so much that he doesn't want other men lusting after your body. Where women they will wear, they love buying clothes to, kind of let their loved one know that, hey, look at, I want to look sexy for you, and they might want to feel sexy out in public. But like with tops, like with my top, there's no cleavage here. I don't have big ones. I don't have to worry about them sticking out of my shirt. Where, I've gone out in public many, many, many times, or even watched something on YouTube, and, where I could see that. And if I was a guy, and I'm not, I'd be like, honey, I love you, but really, you're not going outside wearing that top, because a lot of guys are going to look at that, and then when they bend over, guys, they are going to look. They're men. They're supposed to do that. So you can't get mad at the men, like for looking. God made them a certain way to be the way they are. So that's why I know, like, when it comes to relationships, I'm not gonna, I know guys are gonna look. Some of them are just better at hiding it. They look and they're like, and then other ones, they look and stare. So some of them are really professionals, where you can't even tell that they are even looking or checking girls out. Where I'm actually calm and cool about all that stuff, but not all the women are. And that's why it's so important, like to, like with men, like if your girls are not dressed in the right way, like if, like, are you saying anything, or are you afraid to say anything and speak up? Do you like that they walk out, out of the house like that? Some guys do. Some guys like to show their women off out to the world and say, hey, look at who I'm with. That happens a lot, it does, where they're like, they love the way their woman looks, and they want to show the whole world, and they want to kind of rub it in the guys' faces when they go out in public, and it's almost like, she's mine kind of thing, but that could backfire on you. What if it's your friend and, he's checking your own girl out, and, what ifs could happen, so you really want to, also with your little girls, are they wearing the right kind of clothes when they go out? And it really, you need to start off when they're little, because they, I'm against public schools, but if you do send them in public school, and now the schools, a lot of times they will say, hey, you can't wear that in the school, which is great, but it shouldn't be the school even telling you, it should be something that you kind of figured out on your own. Like, you're not wearing that in school, that those shorts are too short, or that top, your breasts are sticking out, so, and if your breasts stick out, you're an adult. I'm not, like, this is not about you. It's just, like, you could do whatever you want to do, and, I do know people that do that. It's just that, I just don't personally understand it myself, but you have a free will to do whatever you want to do. Like, I can't tell you how to dress, but it will get guys to look and lust after you. Do you want men to look and lust after you? That's the whole thing. And if you got a really decent man, he's not going to want other men lusting after you. He's going to want to keep that in the bedroom, where he can say, hey, that outfit that you wanted to wear the other day out in public? Come in here, wear it in the bedroom with me. Or let me go buy you an outfit where, I could pick it out, whatever color and design or whatever, So do you have a hard time, saying no when people say, hey, can you help us? We're going to be moving next week, and we need a hand, helping, for us to move our stuff. Do you really want to move? Do help them move? Are you busy doing other things? Is it your best friend? Now, if you do have people that are there supporting you and loving you and all that stuff, and they ask you for help, that's a totally different story. But if it's people that, they're only using you and that's all they want is to get something out of you, you need to stand up and say no, hey, and don't lie, don't make up excuses, just say no. You don't even have to explain. That's what I used to think before. I used to think I had to explain why I couldn't do what I didn't want to do. And because I did, I had a lot of family members that would ask me, hey, do you have a few bucks? Hey, can I have this? Hey, can you give me? And it's like, when does it ever end? So you really do. You want to stand up for yourself and say no, and it's a 2-letter word. Little kids learn it really quick, like my grandson's learning that now, his mommy and daddy will try to get him to potty train, and he's like, no, or try to get him to eat something, no, so they learn really quick that word, no. And so you as an adult, even women, like this thing that I'm struggling with, next time somebody, and it's so horrible, as I just said this the other day, as I said, next time somebody asks me about my number, I'm going to say no. And I did. I failed on that. But you know what? They know I'm never going to answer the phone now anyway. It's kind of useless of him even having the phone number, because I already let him know that I don't want to come at your house, you don't respect me, so why would I want to put myself in that situation like I did before, so you really need to, stand up for yourself, and maybe there's other issues that you go through in life where, not just your kids, like asking you, maybe they want to go somewhere. Maybe they want to go to your their friend's house, and that the parents are not that great of parents. Maybe that they drink alcohol, and maybe this or that, and you're not that you're afraid to say no, but you just don't say no to your child. Maybe you're afraid that they're going to have a fit, and maybe you don't feel like dealing with that fit right now. But you know what? The best thing, they need to hear no. They need to understand that life is not all about yeses all the time. You don't get yes every time. That's not how the universe works. Even in relationships, you might want to try to ask a guy or a girl out, and they might say no. Maybe they're not interested in you, and you gotta, or maybe you're the one that says no. Like, no, I'm sorry, but I don't want to go to dinner with you. Or sorry, I had to on Facebook, like I don't even want to spend time on Facebook to talk to anybody. Because I got to continue to always say no. I practice saying no a lot on Facebook. So that's a spot where I do practice saying no a lot. You might have people, it could be your mom, or your dad that says, they're not really there to support you, but they could be saying, hey, could you bring me to the store this weekend? I really got to go to the store. And that they could get a ride from somebody else, And, you might have to say no to loved ones that you really care about, but are they even healthy for you right now? You might have to let people go and stand your own ground. I do have people that are trying to sneak in my life back, and it's like I'm watching them. It's almost like they're a little snake sneaking around, and it's like, I see you. I see what you're doing. You're trying to sneak back into my life, how many times, that I'm going to say no. I know people want me to come and visit them. They miss me because I gave them a lot of stuff all the time. I got a lot of stuff in my apartment I want to give away or sell, mainly sell. I need to make some money. And so I'm going to make money instead of giving it away. Why, why give it away to people that are just using you, just to take from you all the time? So you really do. You got to practice saying no about, to other people out in the world, like your kids, your family, sometimes, women have to say no to their guys, and the guys cry like a little baby later. She wouldn't let me. And they get so upset because their whole thing was, and she's like, no. And it's like a door slammed in their face. It's like, and he might have been a good boy all day long. He might have been good all week long. And then she just said no for whatever reason, and it really upsets them really big time. Some guys can't really handle that no word. But it is good practice, especially with your kids at all different ages. And maybe they're used to always getting a yes on a certain thing, like, hey, can I go to my friend's house this weekend? Where a lot of parents actually will say yes just to get their kids out of the hair, They're like, yeah, just get out of here, just go somewhere. And you might just say, I want to test them out, see how they're going to do. No, you can't go. What? I always get to go. But they need to. They need to learn about no, because they're going to find out in the hard way later on. I mean, because if you don't say no now, you're going to make their life miserable later on when they try to get their own way and then they get a no. Have you ever gone out in public and there's adults and, it could be at the hospital. I've seen this happen at the hospital. It could happen at a government building where they're trying to get free food somewhere. And you see an adult having a fit, a real fit. And it might be because that person, when it was a child, when she or he was a child, not an it, but maybe they were not used to getting a no. Maybe their parents always said, yes, you can do, yes, 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 yes. Oh, yes, whatever you want. Here you go. You want how much money? Oh, here you go. And then, when they go out, and it's a horrible scene. You might remember some people out in public where you don't even know who these people were, or at the police station this happens where people might be trying to cause problems, with other people, and they go to the police department and they act it. It's a big act, and they're flipping out, and it's a big, huge act, and they're trying to get somebody arrested or in trouble, and they're into drama, and they're just bringing up problems, and they could flip out at the police department because things are not going the way the police officer sees. The police officer has this person in their records, and knows that this person keeps on doing the same stuff over and over again at the police department, so, and, there's a fine line there when you're dealing with the police officers, because if you push it, they could give you a ticket for something or fine you for something or even lock you up for something. So it is interesting that there's types out there that, they have a hard time in society about getting a no. So that's why it's so important, especially with your kids, that you teach them, even though if they think all the time you're going to say yes, hey, can I have dessert now? No. Huh? Like, can we have pizza this weekend? No. Huh? So it is really good to teach them no. No, no, no. And I know my grandson right now, he's going through the no stage right now. No. It's a lot of no's right now. So they're going through a tough time with, with that's what the age is. He's 3.5, and I had a lot of mind tricks with my kids when they were little, distractions, distract them all the time. And that's exactly what the world does to us. They distract us with different things, so it is kind of weird how that does happen. But anyway, I do want to work on shortening my videos. So do you have a hard time saying no? So I really don't want to give my telephone number to anybody unless it's my doctor, so I need to work on that still. So I put myself out here, and I am letting you know I am not perfect, but I want to really help you out, to help you, especially with your kids and husbands, don't be afraid to speak up with your wife or your girlfriend. If you don't like what she's wearing outside, you can do it in a nice way. I've actually seen men where they were really rude about what they said to their girl, whether they were married or not, where they're like, you look like a slut. You're not wearing that out there. You don't want to talk like that kind of tone with your women, Hopefully your woman or lady that you're with is not a slut or a whore or whatever you want to label them, so you do want to do things in a polite way and say, you know what, it really bothers me, that you wear this out in public, and really I really wish you wouldn't wear that out in public. And see how they respond. Don't be afraid of the women that you have, or hopefully you got one. Hey, if you got two, double your pleasure, double your troubles. Really, I can't imagine two women. I always thought when I was younger I could handle two men, but I only desire to have one, because I had so much love, to share. And so anyway, enough of that before I get myself in trouble. But yeah, I only desire one man out there. And like I said, I do have a special friend out there. And, right now I'm working on that, and so there might be times he tells me no, and which he has. So, but I desire to be with a man that has balls to speak and say what he needs to say. It means a lot to me when a guy does have some balls, to just say, hey, I'm going to say this to you whether you like it or not. And they say let the dice roll where they roll or whatever. And so I really enjoy that. I can't say maybe all the time, but I prefer a man, or I desire a man to, hey, tell me what I need to hear. If it's inappropriate when I go out, I don't want men lusting after me, So I desire to have, have my loved one saying, hey, let's bring this in the bedroom, I don't want my friends, seeing, you wear those kind of clothes, because guys know how men think, So anyway, I do love all of you. You could give this video a thumbs up and practice in the mirror. I've actually did this before. Certain relatives, I pictured them in the mirror, and I pretended, hey, I'm going to go to I haven't been to their house in years, but, pretend that, hey, next time I go to their house, I was acting. I was doing an acting bit in my bathroom mirror and imagining them there and no, can you give me a ride over there later on, or can you give me some money? No. So anyway, you could practice in the mirror, or and it's good to just communicate with your loved ones, and let them know ahead of time, so before they head out, just say, hey, there's some things I let you go out of the house with, and it bothers me that you wear that out there. Let them know, go buy them some new clothes. Women like that, just go buy them some other clothes that are appropriate, to go out in public. So anyway, I do love all of you. And you can like this video, give it a thumbs up, you could share, and you could subscribe to my YouTube channel. And don't forget the notification bell. Plus, you can leave a message down below this video. And if you want to contact me, the best place is on Instagram, and that's at 1995 Starlight, or on Facebook at Kathy with a K Dingman Starlight. So anyway, I hope you enjoy this video. And also, I hope you're able to get out in nature, and don't forget to be kind to your loved ones. Not everybody is married. There's a lot of single people that would love to be in your shoes, whether you got a boyfriend, girlfriend, or you are married. So anyway, I do love all of you. This is Starlight. Love and light. Peace.